stretching. We're going to start with some kind of spinal, stretchy stuff. So we will place the ball that has glitter all over it. And I'm going to end up with it all over my face. All right, just hang on to your ball however you can. I'm going to put it between my knees just to start kind of a roll down kind of halfway. So wherever you can hold that ball in front of you, you're going to stand nice and tall. Take that big inhale. And relax out. We're not going to roll down yet. So let's go big inhale. And big exhale. And then I want you to make sure all the toes are connected. You feel that heel and you're really grounded to the floor. That's your foundation. Hips over the ankles, shoulders are down. We're just going to let the head fall. Feel that stretch in the back side of the neck. We're going to roll our head over, left ear to left shoulder, just slow. And then come back through center. So you're just kind of letting the head be heavy. Try to keep the shoulders down. So as I get into this stretch, I always want to feel like I need to lift my shoulders just to be a little more careful with my neck. So I remind myself, let them fall down, shoulders. And we'll go one more. So lift the belly, shoulders down, nice and tall, squeeze the glutes, let the chin fall. And let the top of the head lead the way, kind of like you're sending the top of the head down toward the ball. Hands are going to come to the ball. Your legs are going to start out straight here. We're going to walk the ball out with our hands, lifting the chin, reach through those hands. So reach through the fingertips, press the shoulders down, drop the chest a little deeper. So my legs are a little wider than hip distance today. Trying to get that nice flat length in my spine, creating space between every vertebrae. And I'm going to take a big inhale. And then I'm going to tuck my tailbone, tuck my chin, press into the ball as I pull it back. Just pull back as far as you can to keep the hands on the top. And then press it out, flatten the back, lift the chin. Look to those fingers, press the shoulders down, take that exhale, tuck the tailbone, round through the spine, push down into that ball. Let's go 2 more. Press it out. Should feel kind of good. Kind of. And then tuck really good. Pull the belly up. Try to round through the spine, pull the shoulders down, and press it out one more time. We're going to pause right here. I want you to look under one arm and rotate the head toward that side. Okay, so I'm looking under my right arm. Now I'm going to come back through center and I'm going to rotate and look under my left arm. So I'm pressing into my right hand as I look to the left. I'm going to come back center, keep the belly tight. Let's go one more time under the right side for whatever side you started on. And let's look under the opposite side, pressing. So I'm looking left, pressing into my right hand. I'm going to come back center, tuck my tailbone, tuck my chin, walk the ball back. And roll up, big shoulder rolls, okay, and then switch directions. A little loosening of the shoulders. We're going to sit on our ball now, nice and comfy. I hate standing, so I got that out of the way. I don't know why I like to start seated. Okay, so just find that place where your feet are kind of stable, so they don't have to be super close, and try to keep balance in both. Okay, so don't favor or push into one side more than the other. You're going to try to keep the ball still for the first part of this, okay? So as we tuck our chin and curl our tailbone, we're just really collapsing in the center, not shifting the ball forward, okay? So sit up nice and tall to start. Lift the belly, take that inhale, hands are on top of the knees or the thighs. Exhale, tuck the chin and try to round through the spine, but keep that ball as still as you can. And then lengthen the spine, sit up nice. One more time. Exhale, just with control, collapsing, kind of pulling the navel to the spine, letting the chin tuck, and then sit up nice and tall on the sitting bones. So trying to keep those sitting bones kind of down to the floor a little more than usual. Belly pulls back and lengthen. We're going to take our hands up to our shoulders. Okay? So elbows are going to try to stay wide, so almost pressing them back, using the upper back to open those elbows. This is your reminder. Don't let them do this. Press them down, almost use your hand. You're going to take an inhale. We're going to curl right elbow toward right hip. Now the ball will shift. So open up that left side as you pull that right elbow to the right hip. Now come up straight. Shoulders are down, and let's go the other way. So I'm shifting my hips to the left, pulling my left elbow to that left hip, coming up center, and we'll move a little faster. So let's exhale as we curl. Let that top elbow really open up. So you're kind of getting that chest stretch, upper back even, and we'll go one more time. Side, curl, 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 elbows pull back. Good. And last one to the left. And now we're going to shift that ball forward with our tailbone as we tuck. So now it's that big rounding, chin tucking to the chest, sitting bones going forward, sit up. Exhale, curl, tuck, ball shifts forward, inhale, lengthen. 2 more like that. Curl, should feel really good. Hold the belly down. And inhale, and let's go one. Big tuck. And sit up nice and tall. We're going to round and rotate upper body. So you're going to start with that right elbow to the right hip as you pull that hip over to the elbow. Now we're going to rotate down, rotate down, come through center, shift left hip to left elbow, come up tall. We're going to go the other way. So curl at that waistline, rotate down, center, open up, shift the hips over to that opposite side, and come up center. Try. It's kind of opposite of what you would feel. And we're gonna, rotate. See, I messed it up already. Let's go one more time the other way. Rotate. You're kind of moving opposite in your shoulders, not the coordination. And sit up nice and tall. I don't know that. Okay, so let's get down onto our mat. We're gonna work on our glutes. So I'm gonna rotate. We're not going all the way to the floor. I'm just gonna face you guys. So your feet are on the floor. Make sure you have lots of runway. So maybe switch back to the back side of your mat. We're going to walk our feet forward. Hands can stay at the sides of the ball until you get down. So as you walk, pull your belly in, chin tucked, and then come into that kind of flat front of the body's table position. But I want shoulders and head supported. So you can walk out as far as you need to. I'm going to go out farther, so that your upper back and that head is so comfortable on that ball, okay? So head is resting, feet are comfortable, a little wider than hip distance maybe. And all I want you to do is pull the ribs down, pull them into the ball, use the belly, pull the belly down. Now curl through the spine, tailbone points to the floor, okay? And then you're gonna curl, tailbone up, reach through those knees until you come up into that big table, front side tabletop. Pull the ribs down, wrap the spine around that ball as the tailbone shoots down to the floor, push down into the feet, curl the tailbone, squeeze the glutes. It's like a bridge, but it's kind of a little opposite of what you would do when we bridge. So we're bridging from the top down. We're going to go one more time. So think of wrapping that spine, pulling the belly into the ball, and then tailbone down. And then tuck that tailbone exhale, flat in the front side of the body. Push the pelvis up to the ceiling, push down into the feet. Check in with the upper body. Are you comfy? Use your head supported. We're going to release the glutes, lower the pelvis, maybe halfway, and then push down into the feet to lift up high. So lower, release, exhale, squeeze it up. You don't have to go far as you drop the pelvis. Don't hurt your low back. Just let the pelvis kind of settle down and then squeeze the glutes, push into the feet. We'll go for 5. We'll go faster. Inhale down. Exhale, push. Try to keep your ball from moving. That's kind of your challenge here. I should have said that in the beginning. There's 3. Squeeze up. Inhale down. There's 2. Lower down. There's your 1. Let's pulse it up. We'll go for 10. Squeeze. Tiny. Maybe think inch, 2 inches. Press the pelvis up a little higher. Squeeze the glutes. Pull the belly in. Support the low back. Here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the glutes. Take a break, but don't come off that ball. We're going to switch it up. So let's kind of walk our feet maybe wider. Heel might be on the mat, but the toes are off. So we're going to go external. We're going to lift up those toes. So I want you to flex the feet. So again, upper body is still, ball is not moving. We're going to lower the pelvis down, just let it drop, and then push down into the heels to lift. Inhale, lower. So trying as much as you can to keep the ball still, but also keep those knees still. That's your challenge. Press it up. So go as high with that pelvis as you can as you squeeze the glutes, push down into the heels, but keep those toes lifted. Go for 4 and 3. And here's 2 and 1. Hold it up. We're going to pulse the pelvis up, maybe 1 inch, 2 inches for 10, 9. Exhale up. 7, 6. Push down, straight down into those heels. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up as high as you can. Pivoting on the heels, we're going to open those knees out wide as you can, and then bring them back to that start point. Keep the belly tight, open. Inhale, back to neutral. Exhale, squeeze. Use those glutes, the outer thighs, and you're pivoting on those heels. We'll go for 5 and 4. Belly is tight. 3, ball is still. 2 and 1. And take that quick break. So lower those toes down. Let's press ourselves up. So keep your head supported. Push into the feet as you walk yourself back. And sit up nice and tall on your ball. We are going back down again, but I want to stretch first. And you can just sit down to the floor if you want. So whatever way you want to get to where we need to go is fine. Okay, so we're kind of angled, maybe hinge forward a little bit. All we're going to do is stretch. So feet can stay down on the mat or toes can come up. Try to drop those shoulders down. We're going to bring the arms out to a T. Try not to slide on the heels. And hinge forward. Hands can come down to the front of the legs, the toes, wherever you are with your stretch. And then if your hands are at the toes, pull the toes back. Let the head fall. This is just a big stretch here. Spine release. Head is heavy. Now you're going to walk your hands out toward the right leg. Drop the chest toward that right leg. So if hands are on top of the leg, that's fine. Hands can go to the floor. Let's come back through center. Don't worry about shifting the ball side to side. Stretch. Walk out to the other side. And let's come back to center one more time. We'll go over to the right again. Trying to drop the chest maybe a little lower toward that knee. And then back to center and walk to the other side. And then come back into center. Tuck your chin, pull the belly in, roll yourself up, use the hands. We're going back down to the same place. We're going to try to keep our feet together this time. So I've combined your little kind of footwork with our breathing, but also hopefully some balance. So back, we will be doing balance, by the way, today. So get ready. All right, so you're back. You're back onto your ball, nice and comfy. Try to keep the knees over the ankles, and then walk the feet back together. They don't have to come all the way together. Maybe in line with the hips, the knees are. And then hands are supporting the head, elbows are relaxed and wide, head and neck is relaxing. We're going to lift those heels up. Okay, so I want you to tighten the belly. We're going to curl ourselves down, kind of wrapping the spine around that ball again, trying to keep those knees still. Take your inhale as you exhale. Ribs pull down, use the belly. Lowest part of the belly pulling tight as that spine wraps around the ball. Tailbone shoots down, kind of pointed to the floor. Take that inhale at the bottom. Exhale, heels are lifted. Roll yourself up nice and slow. Control. Go up as high as you can. Push down into those toes. Try not to roll in to one part of that foot. Okay, so you want to keep all your toes connected. And we're just curling up and exhaling, curling down. So feel like your spine is kind of like a wave. Curl it up. And we'll go down one more time. Heels are lifted. We're trying to stay nice and balanced. Hold it at the top. We're going back into those kind of release and pulse. So inhale, let the pelvis drop. Heels are still up. Push down to lift the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale, just using glutes, okay? Head, neck, resting. Don't push into the head. Inhale, release the glutes. Exhale. It's funny, I want to push more into my right side. So I want to try to stay balanced between my feet. Let's go for 3. And here's 2. And last one, hold it up as high as you can. Push down into those toes. We're going to press up, little pulses, maybe an inch. Belly is tight. Squeeze the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Lower the heels down and lift up. Inhale down, push down in the toes to lift the heels. Try to keep the knees reaching over those toes. Go for 4. These are your calf raises. Belly is tight. And here's 2 and 1. And lift those heels up high. Take your inhale, exhale, roll the spine down, wrap it around the ball, and come down to a seated position on the floor. Now you come to the floor. Okay, so we're going to go to just a quick roll down. Okay, just kind of stretch out and practice. We're going to use the ball, go in between the legs, sit up nice and tall. So feet are wide, hands are at the top of the ball. You're going to walk the ball back as you start to roll down. So just looking to that ball all the way down. Pull the shoulders down, shoulder blades to the mat, roll it down. We'll go up again. Take your inhale. Shoulders are open. Exhale, chin to chest. Walk the ball toward the feet. I haven't done that in like 2 weeks. Sit up tall. Shoulders down. Exhale, tuck first. Walk it back. And then nice and slow, open up those shoulders, tuck the chin, look to the ball, and walk it out. And sit up nice and tall. We're going to come up to standing. We're going to work on our balance. So make it graceful. So you know the deal here. If you're on your mat, it's going to be harder. Okay. So if you want that more stability, go to the floor. We'll see how I feel today. All right. So I'm going to put the ball out in front of me. I want to put my right foot right at the top of the ball. Okay. So tricks. Keep that belly as tight as you can. Okay. And then let me start off terribly. And I started on my worst leg. So now I want you to soften the standing leg, maybe a deeper bend than normal. Keep the belly tight. Try to keep those shoulders over the hips and press the ball out. And pull it back. Hopefully the bottom of my feet aren't dirty. Press it out, sorry. And pull it back. So everything is staying still. Try not to let that standing leg hip lift. Arms can go hanging to the T. Right when I said that, I messed everyone up. Keep the ribs pulling tight. And the T arms are totally fine. Whatever makes you feel like you're more stable. Okay. Let's go out one more time. Hold it out there. You're going to rotate the toes and at that femur bone internal as you draw the ball over across your center line with a straight leg. Now go external, open out. Not wide, internal. Dang it. I hate that. I hate when I'm talking and I can't do it. Sorry. And open, shoot. That one is not making it to the website. Unless we do a blooper reel. Okay. And last one. And come back to center. Ready? I know this is really hard, right? So bend that knee, pause right here. Take the hands up to the shoulders. Press the shoulders down. Okay? Stand up nice and tall. We're going to rotate toward that knee that's on top of the ball. Keep those elbows wide. And then come back just to center. And let's go. Inhale. Lengthen that spine. Exhale. Come back. You should feel leg work. So your standing leg is getting a lot of work here. And come back. And that's it. That was good. You guys did way better than I did. Okay. So now I'm going to my really stable leg. Is it? And I started on my bad one. All right, so soften the knees. Trying to keep the hips squared with the floor. Tight belly. Standing toes ground to the mat. Where did we start with here? We're going to press and pull in. Oh, I was going to add something, but I think this is too challenging for us today. Maybe for me too. And pull it in. So just press straight out. Now, the harder you push into the foot, the more balance it will take. I know this mat is so like thick and squishy. You really have to find your balance. Extend that leg, hold it here. Internal with the toes. Draw the ball across to the opposite side. Now external the toes, open it up. Try and just keep that belly as tight as you can. Keep breathing. Keep those shoulders out of the ears. Oh, you're good. Just go internal and external with the toes. Doesn't matter if you roll. And then we'll go one more and bring it back in and pause. Hands come to the shoulders. Elbows are wide. Nice length in that spine. And you're going to rotate toward that stand or that lifted knee. We'll go two more. Keep the belly as tight as you can, shoulders down. And here's your last one. Oh, the last one. Come off that ball. We'll do a quick stretch. So since we're standing, we will stretch. So let's press that ball out like we started. Let those hamstrings stretch. So now I want you to drop that chest. Send the tailbone up to the ceiling if that feels okay, or pull the hips back as you press the hands forward. And then when you get the big stretch that you feel good about, let your head fall and just relax and maybe think of the neck as kind of just lengthening instead of doing any more tucking curls. Walk the ball back, and we are going to do some quick little ab warm-up, okay? So we will press our ball out just a tiny bit to where you can come down onto your forearms. Okay. And then you may want to walk that ball out a little bit because we're going to drop our knees toward the floor into a hover. Okay. So if you can see from the side, then just walk it out super hard and drop the knees, hover, and go however. So I want to try to lengthen my spine. My butt is to the camera. I'm gonna try to just hover those knees, keep my spine as long as possible. My neck is long. Okay, hang on, belly is tight, pulling that waistline kind of into the center. Maybe a little tuck if you feel your low back. Okay, now we're going to straighten the legs as we pull the ball back. Try to keep the elbows right where you have them. So when we go back out into our plank, we'll be ready to go, or our hover, I should say. So knees bend, walk the ball out, pull those shoulders out of the ears, push down into the elbow. Lift the chest, so hard. And now curl, pull the ball back, straighten the legs. Okay. We'll go one more time. Bending into the knees, roll to the elbows or the forearms, let the knees hover, pull your belly in. Shoulders out of the ears. Oh, good job, everyone. And tuck, 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 pull it back, straighten the legs. Hands come to the top of the ball as you roll. Okay, so we're going to come down to our mat, seated, and we're going to work on our abs since we warmed up. Okay, everyone's nice and warm, right? Yeah. All right, so we're coming down to our kind of tabletop legs, but the feet are at the top of the ball, not the back side of the leg. Okay. I'm going to come back to the mat. So the ball is away from the end of your body, so away from the sitting bones. And then arms, let's open them up a little wider than the mat. Palms are going to go down. Okay. So to start, we're going to try to keep our neutral spine. All right, so back side of the pelvis heavy, or you can imprint that spine. And you're going to open up the shoulders. We're going to sweep the arms out to the side. Place the palms of the hands underneath the back side of the head. Elbows are nice and wide. We're going to try to keep the ball as still as possible as we lift our chin to our chest on an exhale. So take that inhale to start. Exhale, roll up. This should not be like some big crunch or big sit up. You're really, as you roll up on that exhale, coming just to the bottom, maybe of your shoulder blades. And inhale, roll it down, trying to let the head just rest. Don't pull on the neck, and we'll move a little faster. Exhale, chin to chest, look to the belly button. Inhale, roll it. Exhale, lift up through the crown of the head and over the chest with the chin. Roll it up. And let's go for 3. Pull those ribs together and down. As you exhale and lift, here's 2. And 1, hold that chest lift up. Press the ball out. Now, as we lower down to the mat with the upper body, we're going to bend the knees as we draw the ball back in, just into that tabletop. So exhale, lift chin to chest, roll the ball away. Inhale, lower. Okay, we'll go for 5. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. If you're pushing into the top of the ball, you might feel a little more work on the back side of the legs. And chin to chest, light with that head. Check in, are you pulling on your neck? Here's 3. And here's 2. And on the last one, you're going to hold the chest lift up. Hold it here. You're just going to bend the knees, bring the ball in, press the ball away. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, press out. Spine is as still as possible. You're staying lifted. Pull the ribs down. Let's go for 3. And here's 2. And 1. Hold it here. Lift the left leg up to the ceiling. We're going to go into some scissors. So with rotation, rotate toward that left or whatever leg is lifted. And then lower that leg down and switch. So you're tapping the ball as you scissor, trying to keep it where it is. Mine is creeping closer and closer to my backside, but that's okay. And rotate. As you rotate to one side, drop that elbow to the floor. 3. And 2. And 1. And make yourself even. And lower down, take a quick break. We're going to go single knee pull with rotation, okay? So back into position here, tabletop the legs. Feet are at the top of the ball. Hands are still behind the head. We're going to press the ball out with our right leg. Keep the left leg in tabletop. Take your inhale. And as you exhale, rotate toward that left leg. The right shoulder, left leg. Now you're going to pull the ball in. We're going to stay on that side. So left leg is hovering tabletop, press it out. Opposite leg is pressing and rotating toward my left side. And my right leg is pressing straight out. And let's go for 4. Belly is tight. You are not pulling on the head. And 3. And 2. And 1. Pull the ball back in, step the left foot down, bring the right leg to a tabletop, rotate toward that right leg. We're going to press the ball out and pull it in, lower the chest. Exhale, lift toward the right. Inhale down, you got 6 more. Keep your belly pulling down to the mat. And 4. And 3. Nice loose neck, head is light. And here's your last one. Hold it here. You're going to pull the ball back in, set the right foot back down. Now we're going single leg. So, alternating. So rotate toward the left knee tabletop. Bring the ball in, step that left knee down, stay lifted in the chest. Rotate, alternating sides. And here's your second set. 2. And last one. Come back to center, both feet on the ball, lower the chest down and take a quick break. You guys okay? Everyone good? All righty. We're going to add, both feet are on the ball now. Legs tabletop. We're going to take our hands to our knees, draw the knees in toward the chest, okay? So open up those shoulders, use the hands on top of each knee. Take your inhale, and as you exhale, chin to chest, lift that chest. Will stay lifted. So as you press the ball out, the hands go up and overhead. As you pull the ball in, circle, hands come to the knees. Inhale as you reach, exhale, grab those knees, pull them in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, reach, exhale. Try to lengthen that front side of the body, pull those ribs down. If you need to support the head, do that. Let's go for 2. And last one. Roll yourself down, knees, hands are on the knees. Bring the hands to the floor. Find that perfect tabletop and pull the ball in with the feet so that the ball is now at the back side of your kind of hamstrings, okay? So I want you to kind of pull those heels. So really press into the ball, pull the heels down toward the floor or toward the glutes, okay? Keep that little pulling on the ball so that you activate the backside. Hands are gonna go wide, palms down. Reach through those fingertips, open up the shoulders. Try to keep your shoulders connected to the floor. We're gonna tip our knees to the left. So as you go left, right hip lifts. You're hugging the ball. Exhale, wring it out. Pull the belly tight as you draw it to center. Inhale, alternate to the other side. Exhale, come back. So I want you using the belly as you inhale, kind of a little looser in the tummy. As you exhale, tighten everything up, bring it back to center. You're just doing your little hip tips, trying to hug into the ball. Keeping those shoulders wide. We'll go one more each side. And maybe you're going a little deeper with the knees. The opposite hip rolls up. Fingertips are reaching. Here's your last one to the right side. And come back center. We're going to dip the knees over to the left. Keep the hug on the ball. So left knee is closer to the floor. Press into that heel. Extend the right leg, but your knees are hugging together. Bring it back to center. Place that right heel to the ball. Hug into that ball with the right foot. Tip to the opposite side. Extend that leg long. Draw it back to center. Inhale. Back to your tabletop. Dip the knees. Extend that top leg with a flex. Let's draw it back to center. Inhale, opposite side. Remember, keep that hug on that ball with the alternating heel. Inhale, dip those knees. Exhale, squeeze those inner thighs together. Last one to the right. And we are going to walk that ball back out. All right. Okay. So we're going to support the head with the hands again. Okay. Now your heels are at the top of the ball. All right. We're going to take that inhale, exhale, chin to chest, look to the belly. You're going to tip the knees toward the left side as you rotate to the right. So opposite. Come back through center and go the other way. So my knees tip right, my chest lifts to the left. And I'm coming back to center. So we'll lower in center, lift the chin to the chest as we drop the knees opposite, come back to center, lower down. Exhale. Inhale, lower and back to center. Exhale, knees tip to the left as you lift to the right. So one more time. And then we're going to land on the side we started and hold it here. Ball is still, hip is lifted. We're going to pull 7 for 8, 7, 6, 9. Belly is tight. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Lower the chest down. Take that inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Dip the knees opposite. Pull 7 for 8. So turn on. So my knees are dipped to the right. I'm turning on my left. I'm trying to pull my right down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Lower the chest down and draw the ball in. Just take a break. So for the next part, we're going to bridge here with our feet on top of the ball. All right. So just get yourself into position. So we want to open the shoulders. I'm going to rotate my palms up to the ceiling. I'm going to walk the ball out. Almost to where I'm in kind of that tabletop position, but go where you're comfortable. Trying to keep the knees over the hips, but if you need to walk out a little farther, that's fine. You may stress the hamstrings a little more. Arms are wide, palms are up or down, whatever works for you. Take your inhale, we're going to bridge up. So push down into the ball as you bridge yourself up. Always the first one is the worst. It's kind of wobbly. You're going up toward kind of more closer to the top of the shoulders. Keep the knees reaching over the ball as you roll it down. Try to keep your hips stable. So the first one is weird, and now you know what to do. Adjust if you need to. We'll go up 4 more times. So imprint that low back. tip the tailbone up to the ceiling, roll yourself up. Push down into the ball, equal pressure in both feet. Take that in down. Exhale, roll it down, trying to keep that ball as still as possible. There's 2. And roll it down. And last one, you'll hold it up and pause. I just want you to press the ball out, maybe 5 inches. Hands can go to the top of the hips or on the floor still. Press out just a tiny bit. Pull it in as close as you can. So now I'm pulling in with my toes. I'm pressing out with my heels. My belly is tight, trying to keep my hips as still as possible. And pressing out straight from the knees. Squeeze it in. Inhale. Maybe you're going a little bit farther as you kind of get the feeling here. 2. Squeeze those glutes. And last one. Readjust, reorganize. Exhale, roll yourself down. Hey, that was a lot.
Oh, right.
All right. Glad you guys are verbal about it too. All right. So let's extend our left leg. Just let it rest over the top of the ball, maybe the back side of the calf. Pull the right knee in, directly in line with the hips. So I don't want you to cross the center of the body yet. We're going to stretch the leg out, as stretchy as you can get, straight from the knee if you can. Draw the leg in. Pressing that right hip down as we draw the right leg in almost toward that right side of the body, so keeping it in line with the hip. Let's add that flex, and then that big point, and flex. You're trying to keep the center of the ankle in line with the knee all the way to the hip, so we're nice and parallel, and point. So let's go 1 more time, and then lower that leg down. Ball comes underneath that right calf, pull the left knee in. Try to extend the leg straight from the knee, or think of it that way anyway. You're trying to keep that knee pulling toward the chest, the top of the thigh pulling toward the left side rib cage. Draw it a little closer, round the arms, elbows up. Press the left hip down to the mat. Let's flex. And flex. And just go as deep with your stretch as it feels good for you. And 2. And 1. And lower that leg back down to the floor. And we are going to roll ourselves up. So you're going to take that ball back into the hands, or into the hands, I should say. And you're going to extend those legs long. We're going to reach the ball up to the ceiling. So this is kind of a weighted roll up, and it works really well for people that struggle with rolling up sometimes. So you're going to first take that inhale to prepare, really connect with the back side of the pelvis. Exhale, chin to chest, arms start to lower. Reach the ball toward the toes, drop the ball to the top of the legs, press it away, drop the chest. So my ball is rolling over the top of my feet to my toes, and I'm rounding through my spine. Then I'm going to rebuild the spine, stack it up, pull the shoulders down, draw the ball back in, lift it up, reach the ball, kind of parallel arms with the floor. Take that inhale, exhale, roll it down, 1 bone at a time. When you get off the back side of the pelvis, make sure you connect every bone down to the mat. Reach those arms up to the ceiling, take that in, exhale, chin to chest, roll it up. Nice and slow. Belly pulls back, ribs pull back. Drop the ball to the top of the legs. Press it away. Reach through those arms. Really try to even let the shoulders come up to the ears to reach a little farther as you pull the belly back. Walk the ball back. Extend the arms. Lift that ball. Roll it down. And ball comes up to the ceiling. Adjust if you need to. We're going to do scissors with the ball staying static and the chest down. Okay, so your arms are reaching to the ceiling, your shoulders are pulling down. We'll bring our legs to tabletop. I'm going to extend my right leg up to the ceiling and my left leg cover it over the floor. Pull the right top of the leg into that ball and let's switch. So almost like you're pressing the top of the leg as it scissors up, press it to the ball. Keep your spine as still as possible. Exhale as you pull one leg in. Inhale as you switch. We'll go for 3 and 2 and 1. Hold both legs up to the ceiling. Ground that tailbone down to the mat. Press the ball into the top of the legs as you tuck the chin to the chest. Roll the ball up. Press, press, press into the ball. Top of the legs. Walk it down. Chest lowers. Take your in. Exhale. Top of the legs. Pressing into the ball. Pull that belly down. And roll it down. And up for 2. Roll it down. And last one. Hold it up. Press the top of the feet into the ball as you press into your hands. Push up to the ceiling. 5. Belly pulls down. 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Bring the ball in and take a break. Okay, so I'm going to just hold my ball just for a second here on my chest. I'm going to bring my feet together on the floor, my knees together. And then I'm going to just roll the ball over toward my right side onto the floor. Okay, so hand stays on top of the ball. I'm going to try to show the camera as I dip my knees to the opposite side. So while you're here, kind of roll the ball up so the arm is reaching up above the head. All right, and then we're going to turn our head toward the ball. Our knees are dropped left. My head is turning right. My arm is reaching up to the side. And now let those knees be heavy. Try to relax into the stretch. So maybe one knee falls down to the floor, the other one kind of stays lifted. Feet are stacked. Gather up the belly and bring the knees back to center. Walk the ball back in. Roll it over the top of the body over to the other side. The top of the hand on, left hand on top of the ball. Dip the knees toward the right side. Walk the ball up, kind of above the head with the arm. And then as the knees settle, let that head rotate and reach through that left arm as the knees drop to the right. And relax again into the stretch. Maybe the knees kind of fall and they're heavy. And you're trying to relax the spine. And then exhale, pull it back. We're going to do that one more time each side. So bring the ball in and over to the other side, hand on top of that ball. So that extra little arm reach above as you drop the knees to the left and then rotate the head to the right. Kind of pulling that shoulder blade down to the mat. Looking toward the ball. Settle the knees. And then walk the ball with that hand over the top of the body to the other side. That will be your last time. And drop the knees to the right as you look to the left. And that arm kind of walks up on top of the ball. Overhead as you let the head fall to the left. This side feels better for some reason. And then come back to center. We will do our or we'll do a roll up here. So hands on top of the ball, outside of the ball, holding shoulder blades down to the mat. Reach through those fingertips, maybe a little press into the ball with the hands. Suck the belly up and exhale, chin to chest. Pull those ribs back as you reach for those toes. Why is it so much harder now? I don't know. Okay. Walk the ball out. Rebuild the spine, and let's throw that ball away. Maybe I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's do a quick figure 4 stretch and some other stretches. So I'm going to bring my left ankle over the top of my right knee, okay? And I want to sit up nice and tall and feel my sitting bones. And then I'm going to take my left hand on top of that left knee and just gently press it down. Yeah. For sure it'll roll into that's just the day I'm having, right? All right. So knee. Knee down your watch. It's coming. It's coming. I know. Here it goes. Oh. Nice. Sit up tall. Flex that foot. Just always a little faux pas somewhere. Okay. So lean forward over that. So just gently pressing down into that left knee with the hand if it feels okay. And then I'm supporting my outside of my foot with my other hand. As I kind of forward fold over the leg, let the head fall, let the spine release. Feel that stretch everywhere up the back side. Sink into it, breathe into it. Now take your inhale, exhale, reach over the spine. Stack it up. Switch sides. All right, so form here is kind of critical. So you want to flex that foot that's crossed over. Okay, you're going to try to sit up nice and tall, pressing down gently that knee toward the floor. And then hinging forward, keeping the spine long. Little push down into that knee maybe, pulling up with the other hand on the foot, and then let the head fall. Maybe get a little deeper into your stretch. And then take that inhale and exhale. Roll it up. Uncross the legs. Send those legs straight out in front of you. Take the hands up overhead. Exhale. Drop or forward fold over the top of the legs. We're trying to create length in that back side. It's always the tightest. Let the head fall. Take your hands to the top of the legs. Pull the belly in and just press down as you roll up. We're going to go into a quick little mermaid stretch. Okay, so just be careful here with some rotation. Okay, so figure four, as comfortable as you want. I mean, the leg can even be a little straighter. Okay, trying to keep that hip down to the mat. Right, so the leg that's on top, press that sitting bone down. Sit up nice and tall. I'm pulling into my knee to lengthen my spine and kind of pull my shoulders down. I'm using my hand. My right knee is crossed over. I'm going to take my left hand to that knee and walk my right hand out and around to the back. And you can really use those fingers to kind of press into the floor of the mat. Pull your shoulders down, lengthen, and sit up nice and tall. Pull the belly in. And then come back to center and we'll switch sides. Guess what, you guys? Oh, you almost finished. 2 more minutes. You did it. Okay, so try to get into that position first. Okay. Don't rush it. Sit up tall, pull the knee in. Find the sitting bone. Right hand on top of the left knee. Did I do that wrong? Walk the feet out or walk the hands out. As you draw that knee in, pull those shoulders down, sit up tall. Press into that back hand as you move through it. And then come back to center. Let's bring our feet into this nice butterfly position. So let's see, I worked inner thighs last week with the group. And I still feel them. So I did the workout with you guys. All right, so I'm pulling on my toes. I'm pressing my knees down. I know. It's okay. That's why we're doing it. We're just trying to get everything as stretched out as possible. Let's down. Oh. These are butterflies. So keep your belly tight and just bounce. Just bounce. Oh my gosh, I just realized I'm pulling on my terrible bathtub. And you guys are finished. Great. Happy Monday. Happy New Year, you guys. Thanks for coming. Hopefully it wasn't too terrible and hard. I tried